So it's been exactly a year since I uploaded the first video on my 84 Firebird. It's sitting over there. In honor of that, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. If you wanna win a shirt, all you need to do is comment below. Let me know how long you've been subscribed to my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do that and then leave me a comment and let me know that you did. I'm gonna be picking the winner a week from today. Follow me on Stebbins Garage Instagram also. Let's get to the video. One of the things that's always a problem on a 3rd gen F-body, these door hinges right here. You can see how collapsed that is. Fact of life here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's terrible. We're gonna fix that today. I made a Black Friday purchase. I figured I'd show it to you real quick. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw this. Now I can roll around the 92 on these instead of Mike's nice GTA wheels that he wants back. So this is like kind of like a Space Saver spare. It's a universal lug, so we can put it on pretty much any car that we own. It's really only for kind of moving the car around. It's not really for driving it any distance, but this is exactly what we needed. I got a pair of them. I may pick up another set of them if I see them on sale again, but I just needed some for the fronts. They'll allow me to move the car around with the big brakes on there, which we're gonna be doing hopefully pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. So to get started on the door hinge project, I have 2 sets of the Dorman 38401. These are the hinge pin kit for an F-body, and they fit a bunch of other GM products. So these are cheap. I think they're like $5 on Rock Auto. So we're gonna be replacing the junk stuff with this, which looks to be better quality. And then you'll need some type of door spring compressor. That door spring that opens and closes the door or helps it is under a lot of pressure. And this part, I got it from Amazon. It's Performance Tool W84603. I'll link that in the description. You will definitely want this because you don't want that spring flying out. You'll never get it back in, and it's really simple. You just slide it over the spring and compress the coils, then you can take it out. So we're gonna be doing some grinding, some cutting, some hammering. I already have both fenders off, and I'm gonna attempt to do it that way. We'll see how that works out. But I'm quite excited, to be honest, because that door over there is a mess. And now's the time to do it. We've already fixed our rockers on both sides. And in order to be able to put the fender back on, I need this repaired, and then I can put my mount for the fender on. I don't want to put the fender on and have it in the way of trying to do this repair. You can take the door off. There's 3 bolts on top and bottom. You got to pull the wiring and a bunch of other stuff. I don't want to get into any of that if I can help it. So let's see if my little belt sander that I bought is gonna do us some good today. All right, there's our spring. Make sure that you've got that thing like where it's not gonna go anywhere. Don't try and just use a screwdriver. You're in for a bad time if you do that. I'm gonna leave that thing under tension and just put it out of the way in a box somewhere. So now we can go ahead and get the rest of these parts out of here. All right, so I just realized the roller that goes right here is damaged and I had to order one. So Hawks luckily had it. I'll have it in a few days. That shaft has some wear on it. I will probably end up welding that and then smoothing it around so that we can put our, that's just a check roller. It rolls on this part here, and that allows it to have like a detent as you open the door to 2 spots. So we're gonna go ahead and proceed with replacing all these other bushings. We got the pin here and then the 2 uppers, and I'm gonna work on that. And then when our part gets here later this week, I will go ahead and repair that. Shouldn't be a big deal, but we're gonna have to do it. Okay, so this lower hinge pin looks really loose, like I can rotate it. So I'm gonna try and just put these vice grips on here and see if I can pry it up. It may not work, but oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it moving, but it's already moved up. Wow. Okay. Well, that was significantly easier than I expected it to be. There we go. All right. Yours is probably not going to be that easy. Mine has a ton of miles on it and it's pretty significantly worn, so. All right. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be quite that easy, but hey, I'll take it. All right, so there's our hinge pin. It's got some wear on it, but the biggest problem is these bushings, and we're gonna have to probably slide the door out to get to those bushings, because those bushings are kind of foobarred and I need some help with that probably. So I'll get somebody to come out and help me with that. In the meantime, I'll work on the uppers. All right, so plan of attack for the uppers. You can see how that's kind of mushroomed there. What I'm planning to do is get a belt. I've got that little long reach belt sander that I picked up. I'm just gonna get in there and grind that so that it's flat so I can tap that out, and then we will go ahead and I don't know if I'm gonna put both of them in, or I may leave those loose so we can pull the front of the door out to get these lower bushings. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Let me go ahead and start grinding. Okay, so you can see I've got that pretty much ground flush now. We should be able to put something in there and either pry from that side and pull it up, or use a punch and punch that out. Okay, so that belt sander works fabulous. I wasn't worried about this. If you're worried about your little weather stripping, you want to take that off first. So now I'm gonna get a punch in there and punch that out. The door is still latched back there and I've still got a pin in down there, so we should be okay. So we're gonna get that. I'm gonna tape off some of this so I don't damage anything, hopefully any worse than it already is. Hit that with a punch a few times, see if it'll come out, and then figure out if I've got some help to pull the door out. Yeah, we'll get it. All right, our upper hinges and our lower pin are in, all the new bushings. Let's see what happens. Still dragging just a little bit. I don't know if that's the striker that's causing that. There's really no adjustment in these. Okay, so it would seem that the problem is not with the hinge pin kit. The lower hinge that mounts to the door is actually kind of wallered out. I don't know if there's a bushing kit for that. Probably not. I've got, I guess, two options. One is to replace that hinge, which I don't know if it's welded on from the factory. It kind of looks like it is. That would require me taking the door off. Or the other option is for me to weld the hinge pin to the door, which I don't know. That seems kind of janky, but at the same time, I don't know. What do you think? Hawk sent us out one of their body side hinge kits. It's a complete replacement. All right, so we're going to be replacing that whole body hinge. And in the process, I need to address this lower hinge hole on the door side. And it's kind of wallered out. So what I'm going to do is actually, I got another doorman kit. I'm going to take one of these smaller bushings and install it here. So there's one on the body side hinge, top and bottom, but there's nothing on the door side. So we're going to actually make that hole big enough to fit a bushing for the door side, because this hinge is welded on and it's kind of a pain to change and I don't want to deal with it. So we're going to see what that looks like, and I think we'll be good. So right here is the lower driver's side mount, that hinge that is mounted to the door. This hole is slightly wallered, and so the pin that is supposed to go straight in there and sit kind of nice is really loose. I mean, the top one's going to have a bushing in it. This one does not have a bushing, but you can kind of see like the bottom. So the other side, or the body side hinge has a bushing, so that should locate it some. I'm going to go ahead and grind the hole open here a little bit. It's about 1.5 millimeters too small right now, but that's going to give us our best fit, because this is just going to continue to wear. So I'm going to do this. Worst case, I got to put a door hinge on it, but let's see what I can do. Just finished that. There's a bushing there, which didn't exist before, so got it all the way pulled through. So now we put our hinge back on, set it where we want it, and I think we'll be good. Let's see. And it. You have no idea how contorted I was in there. All right, so I have slotted this hole here so that we can slide it there. Let's go ahead and install that. All right, well, I did some adjustments on the door after I put that bushing in, and it closes. And there is no slop in the door. That's a success. All right, we're gonna throw that spring in and it's done. Passenger side's done. You can see how I did this. Did this all by myself. I'm rather proud of that. Springs back in, pin kit is in. This one, the bottom bracket is not wallered out, so there is zero, and I mean zero play in this thing. So we're gonna put you on the tripod and you can see this. Okay, well, we got our door hinges replaced and we're ready to go ahead and raptor line the inner fenders. I'm gonna do that in the next video. So I hope this was helpful. It was a learning process for me, but I finally got it knocked out and I'm happy with how it works. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, and follow me on Instagram at Stebbins Garage. I'll see you in the next one.